Hi everyone, my name is Amy Glenn and I'm an educator here at Glencairn Museum. The museum was originally a family home for Raymond and Mildred Pitcairn and their 9 children. We are here today in Glencairn's Egyptian Gallery, which actually used to be a bedroom for one of the Pitcairn children. In the 1980s, it was converted to house our Egyptian collection that we see here today. Now, before we dive into learning about ancient Egypt through the objects that we see here in the gallery, we need to go back in time and think a little bit about how the people of this ancient culture saw the world and their place in it. Maybe you already know something about ancient Egypt. What do you think was important to the people who lived back then? Probably many of the same things that are important to all people in any time or period or culture. Things like health, safety, prosperity, happiness, our friends and family. We all have many common hopes and fears as we go through life, and that has always been true of human beings, regardless of what time period or culture we come from. So, during our time here today, see if you can notice any examples of common human concerns that people in ancient cultures, like ancient Egypt, faced that might not be so different from your own today. So today, we are going to talk about mummification in this space. And we have the lid of an actual coffin here next to me. This coffin was made for a man named Semiramis, and he wanted to live forever in the afterlife, just like Osiris, king of the underworld. And he wanted to be identified with Osiris as well. So the person who made and painted this coffin lid made Semiramis look just like King Osiris, including his distinctive wrapped beard. Now, Semiramis' body would have been placed inside the coffin lid after being mummified. So let's learn a little bit more about the process of mummification. Follow me over here. This diorama is a model showing the steps taken to mummify a person. But why did the ancient Egyptians mummify people? They believed that you could not get to the afterlife unless your physical body was preserved, and having a good afterlife was very important. So let's take a look at what we can see in the diorama. Can you see a priest dressed with a mask that looks like a dog? This priest is dressed as Anubis, the god of embalming or mummification. Mummification was a religious ritual, and throughout the whole process, the correct procedures had to be followed very carefully to take care of the body and also the soul. The first part of the process was to remove the internal organs of the body. Some of these organs were thrown away, but 4 of them were kept in special containers called canopic jars to be buried with the mummy. The organs that were kept were the liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines. In the next step, the body was dried in natron, a special mineral salt found in Egypt that both dried the body and kept it from smelling bad. And after about 35 days of drying, the body was ready to be wrapped with linen. Now, during mummification, special magical spells from the Book of the Dead were recited and sometimes even written on the linens used to wrap the mummy. Objects, small objects called amulets, were included within those wrappings as well, to make sure that you got to the underworld successfully and that you had everything that you needed there. Each amulet had a different purpose depending on its shape. Over all the wrappings and amulets was placed a shroud, a large piece of linen. Finally, the canopic jars were then put in a wooden case and brought to the tomb along with the mummy. Once the body was wrapped, it was placed in a coffin, just like the one we saw earlier, and brought to the tomb as well. Now you might be thinking, what happened to the heart of the person? The heart was saved within their body as it was believed that it was the most important part of the body because it held a record of all the good and bad things a person had done while alive and would be judged after death. So as you can see, the ancient Egyptians put a great deal of time and effort and thought into their burial preparations. They thought carefully about what would happen to their body and to their spirit after they died. Thanks for joining us today. We hope to see you again soon to learn more about the ancient cultures at Glencairn Museum.